Welcome to Indie Radio Newsreel. I'm Prathmesh and you're listening to the news updates for 2nd August 2024. Here are the international news updates for today. Nigerians hit with 24-hour curfews amid protests. Millions of residents in northern Nigeria have been placed under 24-hour curfews amid nationwide protests against the high cost of living. Governments in the states of Kano, Jigawa, Yobe and Katsina have ordered locals not to leave their homes and therefore not attend protests today. There is a heavy security presence around the country with 9 more days of rage scheduled by the movement's organizers. On the first day, demonstrations in the northern city of Kano drew the largest crowds. The nationwide demonstrations were organized via social media using the hashtag #EndBadGovernance. They were inspired by the recent success of protesters in Kenya who forced the government there to scrap plans to increase taxes. Wildfires continue ravaging western US amid record drought. Devastating wildfires continue to wreak havoc across the western United States. California has been battling one of its largest fires in the history, and Colorado is fighting rapidly growing fires that have claimed a life. The challenges faced by the firefighters are compounded by another wave of high temperatures after a brief period of cooler weather in California. Weather forecasts predicted much warmer and drier conditions later this week, with winds and potential thunderstorms that could exacerbate the situation. As of Wednesday, 95 large wildfires were burning across the country, scorching nearly 8,903 square kilometers in total, according to the National Interagency Fire Center. Indonesia's Bali tightens immigration controls amid tourist surge. The immigration authorities on Indonesia's Bali island announced today that they have intensified supervision of foreign nationals, especially tourists, as a proactive measure in response to a surge in tourist arrivals. The province's official immigration data showed that from January to July 2024, 3.89 million foreign tourists visited Bali. The number significantly rose from 2.9 million visits reported during the same period of 2023. The surveillance measures involve a more thorough inspection of travel documents, including passports, visas, and residence permits. Now to the national news stories. High Court slams police probe into UPSC coaching center deaths. A division bench of the Delhi High Court today ordered that the probe into the UPSC coaching center deaths be transferred to the CBI. The court is dissatisfied with the Delhi police probe into the death of 3 UPSC aspirants who drowned after being trapped in the basement of a civil services coaching center in Old Rajendra Nagar last week. "Mercifully, you didn't challan the water, saying how dare you enter the basement," Acting Chief Justice Manmohan remarked while slamming the probes by the Delhi police and the MCD into the July 27 incident. The bench reasoned the transfer of the probe as necessary considering the seriousness of the incident. Indian hockey team defeats Australia at Olympics for first time since 1972. The Indian men's hockey team defeated Australia 3-2 in a pool stage match of the Paris Olympics. This is the first time that the Indian men's team has defeated Australia at the Olympics since 1972. In a closely fought encounter where India had the upper hand in the first half, they scored their first 2 goals in the first quarter itself. Meanwhile, 2-time Paris Olympic medalist Manu Bhaker has qualified for the final of a third event, the 25-meter pistol. Indian Embassy in Israel issues advisory to citizens amid tensions. The Embassy of India in Israel issued a security advisory today advising all Indian citizens in Israel to exercise extreme caution and adhere to safety guidelines amidst the deteriorating security situation in the Middle East. The embassy also told Indian nationals to avoid unnecessary travel within the country and stay close to safety shelters. The embassy is closely monitoring the situation and remains in regular touch with the Israeli authorities to ensure the safety of all our nationals, the embassy added. Tensions in the Middle East have escalated due to the attacks by Israel on Gaza, particularly after fears of retaliation from Iran following the killing of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. Thank you for listening to Indie Radio Newsreel. For more news, audiobooks and podcasts, stay tuned to Indie Radio or log on to www.indiejournal.in. Also consider subscribing to listen to our premium shows.